I was a part-time cartoon-faced blogger for 5.5 years.
Early, it was like, make a commotion.
Ohio Tate working for Barstool and not teaching.
He better not come to New York. I swear to fucking God, he better not come to New York.
This whole thing has been fraudulent. It's a witch hunt. Some people might say that I punched down, but in reality, I think I've picked the easy targets. And the easiest target has been the New York office. You created this. You rewarded this. Professionally, it would not ruin my life to come. Personally, it would ruin my life.
Chat, this is our third 20-minute session. We haven't gotten one thing done.
We're out of the cool days now. We're out of it.
And I heard Tate's gonna be following you around.
Tate's gonna be following me around, but
He's so good at that.
he is.
He's just gonna document everything in like an interesting way.
Your origin story started in what year?
It would have been 2018.
You obviously started the second Barstool Idol, right?
All right, so yeah, before I get started, I just want to tell you guys kind of how I got here. I'm 3-0 in video contests. The first one being the Cavs, me, Dan Gilbert, Machine Gun Kelly. The second one was an Aaron Kraft video contest. I won a video contest, got to go on Jimmy Kimmel when the Buckeyes played in the national championship, and I did one of those scavenger hunts. I dominated that.
Wildly confused whether I should be so impressed by you. All these awards that they mean nothing. I have no idea.
We could hire him to just enter every single video
I didn't even know
contest
these
in
things
America.
existed.
Yeah, I'm 3-0.
You're cleaning it up.
Yeah,
I know,
it's
3-0.
So do you blog or no?
I do not blog, but
Okay.
He makes dominant videos.
I think I started off hot. I was doing well, some blogging, some good skits, everything. Then it turned into like, I remember the challenge that really threw me was they wanted us to do the 999. And I was like, guys, I'm sorry to be lame, but I can't drink on camera.
Got some thoughts on the 999?
I mean, I'm in a tough spot. I'm gonna eat the 9 hot dogs, gonna watch the 9 innings, but I'm a teacher and a coach. I'm gonna turn down drinking the beers because that's not worth it. That's just not the smart move.
And then we had to go do stand-up comedy that night.
All right, guys, when I heard we had to do stand-up tonight, everyone that we're with knows that I was absolutely freaking out because I've never done it. I only do stand-up for one thing, and that's the American flag. Yikes.
Dave was like, today was a rough day for you.
Tate, I'm very confused on. You were my favorite first couple days.
And I just said, yeah, man, I mean, I've hit a wall. He's like, well, maybe we should just make you like a blogger at home. Would you be interested in teaching, coaching, and blogging part-time? And I was like, yes.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I came into this, I think I'm a good writer. I like to write. 25,000 views today on our blog. But I'm more of like a Browns, Indians, Cavs. Like, I just want to write.
I would give both these guys another day.
Would you move to New York full time?
I like teaching and coaching girls basketball.
All right, so
I like to write. I like to sit on my couch and
Okay, so that's all right.
By Wednesday, I was already set up with an HQ account, blogging back in Ohio. I was a part-time cartoon-faced blogger for 5.5 years. Yeah, after the first year, K. Marco was the editor. Obviously, Dave, in charge, both reached out to me and said, you're doing a good job. Would you like to go full-time? And honestly, what the big decision was at the time, my basketball team was really good. And I honestly think I got the best of both worlds where I could teach, where I could coach, and I could be a blogger part-time. My favorite thing out of Barstool After Dark, Mostly Hoops, any show, whatever, was blogging. But also for my first year here, I was writing like, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, 80 blogs a month, and no one cared. And no one cared.
And no one cared.
How's it going, guys?
I wasn't sure you're going to be on this, Tate. And I'm a writer first and foremost. I love Rico. I think he's crazy, but I love him. But he was taking unprovoked shots at numerous people. And then Tate, who came through Original Idol, and is like, we worked out an agreement, which was, he's a very good writer. But he's like, how about I'm going to do my life. I'll contribute and be like part-time. And that's what he does. And I think he does a very good job at it. And he got in Rico's crosshairs.
Right. I mean, I would love to tell my timeline of events if that's okay.
Let's have it.
Alrighty. So Wednesday, I get a tweet from Rico that says, hey, at Barstool Tate, like, let's have a great tournament.
So I DM him and I'm just like, let's have a great tournament. What, do you like the Buckeyes or something? And he goes, nah, just trying to get all the heavy hitters aligned. Fast forward all the way to Saturday, I get home late and I see there's a list of Rico just naming those heavy hitters.
Everybody likes updated, Elio. You haven't been around a while. Ready for the hierarchy? Dave, egomaniac, definitely at the top. Dan Dakich, anybody in the Hamptons, that guy, Red Rhino, Ange, Ohio State, and then me.
And that's when I took it personal because I do not feel that I belong on that list. So instead I DM Rico and I'm just like, that was tough. Like, I'm disappointed to see, I put a thumbs down. Like, I don't want to be in this. It couldn't have been 2 minutes into the next stream the next day where my name's being brought up again, talking about no-show paycheck collector and simple life.
No-show paychecks? What is he?
Rico, what do you think about Cleveland, Ohio?
Blog about the fucking Indians.
Guardians.
Have a simple life.
That's Tate's Ohio now?
Yep.
Ohio State.
Hey.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward to me. I like Rico. I think people know I like Rico, but Rico does have a tendency to do things like this. And here's Mush, who also got involved in this.
Can I just?
Yeah.
Can I talk to the Schmalhawk real fast? I didn't say a word about you at all.
Okay. My thing is the first clip from the night before, Rico's listing his heavy hitters. And he says, Red Rhino, Barstool Ange, the people in the Hamptons.
Anybody in the Hamptons.
Then 5 seconds go by. No one says a word. And then Marty goes, Ohio's Tate. And Rico goes, yeah, Ohio's Tate.
Ohio State.
So then day 2, as much as Rico is listing the, the simple life and stuff, Marty talks more about me than Rico does.
I literally was in my Barstool Idol. I haven't seen him since. Is that one? Yeah, 4 years ago was when we did that.
That's not the first time that Marty's talked about me either. June 27th, 2019. They're talking about the blogger rankings. Casey says, Barstool, that he doesn't even work here. Shut up, Tate. Marty says, well, he stinks. Once he went on video, he stunk.
Ultimately, he backed out of Idol at the end.
Well, he also stunk, too.
Is that your class?
Say that. I mean, yeah. He was doing so well that once he had to go on video, he stunk.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
I've never seen
that.
Let's go, Marty.
So that was strike
but that's
3.
true, though. That's what happened. Like you were
But Marty, that is you just asked him why did he bring you up?
That's
3 years ago, fine. Grudge is fine.
Marty, he just gave a good example.
Yo,
of
and
why
that's
he
fine.
does, why.
Yeah, that's fine. 3 years ago, you built up, sure.
That's like a ponder move, like waiting. But that would explain.
But Rico,
and you two are linked.
I definitely like to play heavy hitter. Probably a stupid thing to do. When I said live a simple life, that's more of what it was. Like, we're locked in a room for 4 days, like getting dragged. It was like, hey, I honestly rather just do one thing. Yeah, shouldn't have said
that's it.
Got it. All right. Got it. And that, we could go back to Dave talking about himself on this show, which is what usually goes. So, Tate, go Buckeyes.
Wait, what? Go back to talking about Dave Portnoy on the Dave Portnoy show.
All right, you're going to keep blogging about me, or are we good here?
But no, Marty, you can't be the victim.
I truly feel the first time I heard myself was out of your mouth.
Like, Rico got me in this, so I don't need to fucking do this anymore with you. Just don't be a commenter. That's all I'm asking. And I apologize for my comments about you.
When Dave bought back the company, I think everyone started to get more involved again. It was my last day of school, last school year. I'm sitting at the staff party and I get an email from Gaz, but he was just like, dude, you're not writing very much. Like, what's going on? We can't pay you if you don't work. And he's right. I mean, there were times after 2 years where I thought I was doing really well and I was writing like 60 blogs a month. And honestly, it was summer and the Browns weren't playing and the Buckeyes weren't playing. And I was just like, all right, I'm going to do a couple blogs a month. And I don't even know if they know I work here anymore. So I responded and I said, whatever you want me to do. I will be back to being the Tate I was in the first couple of years. So I said, is there a number you want me to blog? And he said he talked to the editors and they came up with the number of 35. I would love to know what the numbers were.
For everyone else.
Because 35 was a lot in the middle of July when I'm getting paid $500 or whatever. But I did it August, September, October, November, December, January, 35 each. End of January happens, and I'm watching Barstool Radio because Barstool Radio comes back, and I hear, Kelly said she stays at home on Fridays to blog.
I like doing blogs at home on Friday because it's a day that I don't have to put fucking makeup on to come in here. Like that's my big thing for me. If I'm being real, that's why I don't want, people are going to give me shit for that, but it's like, you have no idea.
Fine. I have no problem with her. I just wanted to check for myself. Probably didn't need to do it, but ended up well for me. I think it had been like 9 Fridays in a row where she hadn't blogged. And so I wrote the blog. It was like titled, "I'm sick and tired of lazy Barstool employees." And then I was fully in the mix. And from there, Dave reached out, and I think he had read like a series of like 4 or 5 blogs in a row that were doing really well. And he was like, "Do you want to go full time?"
Ohio State full time. Thoughts? You might be sitting right here.
Initial thoughts are he better not set foot in this office. That's all I have to say.
Dave said, "Do you want to stay in Ohio?" And I was like, "I would like to go to an office because that's where you get in the mix." I was under the impression he was going to choose. I thought he was going to choose New York. And then he said to me, he was just like, "Yep, talk to Dan. He's good with Chicago." But then I talked to Dan, and he was like, "Dude, you have to go to New York at some point."
He better not come to New York. I swear to fucking God, he better not come to New York.
Our colleague Ohio State will find out if he is living in Chicago, where he currently lives, or packing up his life and moving to the Big Apple. Welcome on in, everybody, this afternoon here in New York, to the fate of Tate.
Some people might say that I punched down, but in reality, I think I've picked the easy targets. And the easiest target has been the New York office. I worked part-time for 5 years, writing both about Ohio sports and blogging funny articles. You never took much notice. But then I wrote 2 blogs trashing New York City employees, and you were in my DMs the next day. You created this. You rewarded this. I specifically asked you, should I stop? And you said no. Maybe a better answer would have been yes, or else I will ruin your life.
I think the biggest problem for everybody here is that it feels like we hired a commenter. And a commenter came in like a fox in the henhouse, and I feel like you were more in the mix of commenters rather than a blogger.
Professionally, it would not ruin my life to come here. I would like to be in Chicago. Personally, it would ruin my life to come to New York.
I do not believe you for a second when you say your plan was to apologize. I think your entire speech you gave was a complete sham. I think the only reason you are apologizing now is because Dave decided your actions should have consequences. You're still a pussy, you're still a liar, and you're still a fraud. I'm voting for you to stay in Chicago.
Please write down your vote, either Chicago or New York, and then we will decide what Tate's fate will be. Next vote. Plumber. Chicago. 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 Ohio State will be staying in Chicago.
My favorite thing out of Barstool After Dark, Mostly Hoops, any show, whatever, was blogging. But also it was like you could do 5 in a day, and it's like, okay, then you do 5 the next day, you do 5. You could come into the office and leave. So I shifted and I started trying to be creative elsewhere. But I also realized that the thing that probably brings in the money is Barstool After Dark.
Dude, hell yeah, though.
Fuck yeah. Yes!
Oh, nice. No, so close.
I like doing it. I like coming up with ideas. It's no secret that it gets long at times. I want to stay overnight for 12 hours and then just get berated by the chat. We just upgraded the chat. We had a TV. Lucas and I went to Best Buy. It's now on an entire wall. We have a projector. The goal is the chat to be a player in the stream. The chat has a role. The chat makes decisions throughout this stream. And I've found that this documenting thing allows me to use my words, use my ability to be concise, and kind of see what happens and almost like blog from my phone in short form. The one that really started it was we went to a Barstool Classic in Nebraska. And that's when I really caught on and came back and told Dan, like, I want to try this. Sending people to just follow day-to-day life of our interesting folks is good fucking content. If someone is there to tell the story of it, people follow along.
So they send Ohio Tate with him to capture everything. Well, maybe one of the best decisions the company's ever made. And he documented this guy's entire trip to the Fiesta Bowl.
Here's the story of the wildest 48 hours of my entire life, simply following the day-to-day of the most interesting man in the world, Ben Mintz. It all started with me texting Mincy after Ole Miss beat Georgia and saying, "Let me come film you at the Fiesta Bowl." 4 minutes after booking, Mincy revoked my invite from the mansion, but he would still be staying there. Until Big Cat made it very clear, we either go together
or we don't go at all. But at 10:42 p.m., Riggs and Mincy struck a deal. We were staying at Riggs' condo in Scottsdale. Then, Wonton Don pranked Paul Bissonnette, who offered his place to Mincy, and after seeing Biz's backyard, Mincy wanted to stay there too. Mincy and Biz struck a deal. We'll stay night 1 at Riggs and night 2 at Biz's house. At 3:34 the next morning, we were off to the airport. Mincy forgot to charge his phone and check into the flight, making him last on the plane. We were supposed to be at Biz's house at 11, but Mincy needed to get his mind right with some David Bowie. Meanwhile, Danny Boy Kane had landed in Phoenix, and Mincy used my toothbrush. Mincy walked out of Riggs's place, and we headed to Biz's for night 2. Biz showed us around his incredible house, giving us each a new toothbrush. Mincy then ripped a hottie toddy into the pool for good luck. And then Lane Kiffin, the most interesting man in sports for the last few months, FaceTimes Mincy. Tragedy then struck as Lane Kiffin texted Mincy that he's extremely upset that he was recorded without knowing. Danny Boy Kane appears to believe that this was bad juju for Ole Miss. Miami took the lead, but Ole Miss came back and scored with just 3 minutes to go. The Ole Miss fans got in Danny's face, but he pointed to the clock and said, "We're not done yet." And they weren't. Miami won the game 31-27, and Mincy left it all out on the field. And the story ended. Well, except for the Lucy pouch he left on my nightstand, and the one he left at Biz's house, and the paint he ruined at Biz's house by hanging his bathing suit on the wall, and the pee stains he left on Biz's floor.
Mincy!
But man, we sure went nuclear for 48 hours. It also gives me the opportunity to have, like, I got to go to the Final Four and have like dinner at a steakhouse with like Dave, Dan, Rico. Went to the Final Four in softball with Jay Will.
We're going to Oklahoma City, Texas Tech, rack 'em.
Like, it gives me the most opportunities.
Let's go read a book! Game 2! Let's go read a book! Game 2!
For the past year, it was just Barstool After Dark, Barstool After Dark, Barstool After Dark. My favorite thing to do of all the Barstool stuff is definitely the documenting. Now, see what else I can do.
Let me tell you, I dug deep on this guy, and I don't know, I didn't know people could be this clean. He's done more for youth women's basketball in the state of Ohio than Coach K did for Duke.